Elbow drops and lariats from the top rope. You can't cope. The effing wrestling podcast in the house. Now that's dope. Starcade and SummerSlam all rolled into one. Drop kick, sleeper holes, 1, 2, 3, done. Whole mics like Mean Gene or Gordon Soley. I'm Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with that Crockett trophy. So listen closely as we approach the final hour in an instant. Hands raised, crowds phase without the time limit. Effing wrestling podcast with that ultimate finish. Suplex, now you end it. Yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the show. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? I am JR. That right there is Chase, and this is effing wrestling, baby. What's up, Chase? How you doing today, man?
How's it going, JR? I am great.
Dude, yo, I'm bouncing off the walls with energy just from that pay-per-view last night.
NXT Takeover Vengeance Day was the show that I would show any of my friends who have never watched wrestling to go, this is what it's about.
Wow.
I am ecstatic. You know me and you for the last few months. I'm sorry.
That's a hell of a compliment. Look, that's a hell of a compliment about that show coming from you, because you've been very, very critical of WWE. Granted, they've earned everybody's credit.
Man, let's go back. I'm sorry to hop into it. I'm sorry people to jump into it. Last night was NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. It was a 5-card show, and it was one of the best takeovers I've seen in a long time. And for months, JR, you and I have been arguing about NXT and AEW because I've been shitting on the product.
Right. But the thing is, you've not really shitted on NXT. It's been more the main roster shit. Mm-hmm. You've always said how good NXT is. The wrestling is good. Yeah. The shows, the stories is what you've had questions about.
And you know me, man. I'm a theater kid. I'm all about what's this. That's what makes wrestling so good. Is like, what story are we telling to get to point A to point B? And this show was perfect in-ring technicality mixed with perfect in-ring psychology, and it progressed so many plots in so many different directions. I mean,
wow.
Dude, we were watching this show last night at work, and we were just freaking out at every match. Like, this isn't. I'll go ahead and say this. In my opinion, it's impossible to call it a match of the night.
I can't pick one. I can't.
The show was so progressive. I mean,
it was
on a takeover. You'll get one women's match. This had 2 amazing ones. The opening tag match for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament for women was outstanding.
Yeah.
The triple threat for the NXT Women's title was fantastic and quick-paced and brutal in all regards.
Oh.
All the men's matches were top-notch to every degree, featuring
Gargano. All right, let's go ahead and start. First match.
Right. Opening. So it's the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament, the women's. And so it's Shotzi Blackheart and it's Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai and
Raquel Gonzalez.
Yep. Dude, that was a hard-hitting match.
Physical.
I was
physical. But it was fast-paced. It was perfect. It was good.
Like, Raquel Gonzalez is just a beast.
She is. She's a star.
Yeah.
She's a superstar, and it just sucks because I'm sure Vince loves her. You know what I mean? I'm sure he loves her.
Get called up at some point.
You know she is. You know what I mean? But my focus, Dakota Kai. She
absolutely
has come so far, yo. So far. And in my opinion, she needed to be a heel from the
whole time.
It's
one of those weird things where I think you need Dakota Kai's whole story is that awesome trip of going, I'm a face. Look at me be a face. I'm doing my best to be a face.
Right.
Screw this. This is not working out for me. I'm going to kick my friend in the face and just be a heel. And it's been great ever since.
Up has been nothing but an up. Ever since she's done that. For sure. And the women division in NXT kind of revolves around her. You know what I mean? Because she doesn't win any belts, but she challenges everybody. She gets everybody better. She makes everybody look good, but she doesn't need a belt.
No, she doesn't.
She does not need a belt. She doesn't need to move up to the main roster. She can stay on NXT. She'll take a pin, whatever, and she's good.
She's like a Miz almost.
Ooh.
Like, she could have the career trajectory like NXT's Miz, where you're the best. You're always there. You can take a pin. You can hold a belt. You don't Your personality, it's that great thing in wrestling, man, of going, you don't have to be the best, you don't have to be a winner in every single match to be the best wrestler. Sometimes you everything you do, every match you have, but if you can talk.
If you talk, you'll get a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
Miz will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. No doubt.
Man, the Miz is the most underrated heel wrestler in all of WWE right now.
Him and Baron Corbin. Another story, another show.
That's another episode.
Anything from that? Anything else from that match? I mean, Ember Moon.
I will say this though.
Everybody got over. What's up?
For such a perfect show, this is one of those critiques I know you usually have when you for the bits of New Japan that you have watched of you get a little critique of they're just standing there waiting for the move. They're setting up the move and almost doing off in choreograph. They've reached these.
It just shows sometimes the match. Yeah.
And I thought for what was a great show, and this was corrected throughout almost every other match on the card, this one kind of telegraphed a lot of their spots. And there was no botches, and it always came into really cool moments. And they always hard hitting. But I just kind of felt like, all right, you're just waiting for Ember Moon to get in position for the Eclipse. You're just waiting for Dakota Kai to get in position for this. You're just waiting for Raquel Gonzalez to get in position to do this. Right. And the one egregious one that really stood out to me was when Dakota Kai gets thrown into Raquel, and she's holding her in a DDT.
Holding her, yeah.
And it's just this bit of going, you're holding your tag team partner. How dangerous are you not to just let her go and go, all right. And it was a cool spot because, like, what was it? Was it I think it was Shotzi who comes around for the net breaker. So it's a net breaker DDT to your own
beautiful.
Partner. It's a cool spot.
It just was too set. It was just too
for how quick every other match on the card went and how smooth the chain wrestling and pure grappling of it all was.
Yeah,
it was just a little showy at the start.
Right. That might have even been just nerves, you know what I mean, and whatever it was, but it, like you said, it didn't take anything away from it.
I'm having to I'm only saying
just like splitting hairs, kind of, you know what I mean?
Well, here's the problem. I'm only mentioning this because I have nothing else to mention on the rest of the show. So I have to say one thing that stood out to me because the rest of it is, you know what, everyone, it was a perfect card.
It really was. It really was.
Stop what you're doing and go watch NXT Vengeance Day. If you're not a wrestling fan, go watch NXT Takeover Vengeance Day and get into wrestling. I mean, holy shit.
Matter of fact, if you're able to right now, put it on while you're listening to us talk about it. Yeah. Well, no, because we'll spoil it for you, so don't do that. But
actually, I don't even think this show could be spoiled, man. I think
that's true because you want to see the action either way.
I mean, Hamlet always dies at the end, and people love that show. So even knowing who wins, putting on great wrestling is a work of art in its own self. I mean,
100.
Don't get through it. Like I'm doing highlights right now.
That's a great point. Great point.
I mean, it's one of those things where if you think knowing who wins a wrestling match ruins it, you're kind of missing the point of watching entertainment.
You're not really a wrestling fan.
You're not really a wrestling fan. Or, I mean, I won't go that far, man, but I mean...
Wrestling as far as and then the art of wrestling.
Absolutely, man. There's such a performance in it. Like, I'm doing highlights right now. Kishida versus Johnny Gargano's up.
That's the match I'm watching right now.
And you're just talking about two guys who are telling a perfect ring story of Johnny's arm's injured, Kishida's neck's injured, and you're seeing them work on it. Yeah. Like, it's... Yeah. First off, they built this...
Yeah, we're getting off. So we're done with the first match.
Yeah, we're moving on to the first match. It was a great opener. Dude, NXT takeovers that start with a tag match are always great.
Right. There you go.
That's one of those that's one of those weird tells of NXT to me of going, oh, it's opening with a tag match.
It'll be a good show.
It'll be a good show. We're here for it.
All right, so I'm watching the Kishida and Johnny Gargano match right now.
Yeah, for the North American
match after that was the second match of the night.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
Which wow. Holy shit.
Paced, brutal,
hard hitting, fast paced,
submission,
the build up to and the false finishes.
Yeah,
some of the best I've seen in a wrestling match.
I mean, I really just sat there going, and you never knew who was going to win. Like it didn't feel one-sided. But so yeah, we're getting so off subject. We're so excited, man. So the match where I love this one thing they did on the show where they would start the camera in the back hallway walking around to the ring entrance.
Forgot about that part. Good point.
You had Johnny Gargano walking up with his wife and the rest of the way, Candice LeRae and Austin Theory and
Oh shit. Yeah. Keep going. Go ahead.
All
I'll
right.
think of it. Keep going.
Yeah,
I'll
you hit
find
that, and I'll think of that. So we have Austin Theory. They're all walking up. They've all just done beat Kishida on 3. 1, 2, 3. Beat Kishida. They're walking all arrogantly to the ring, and then out of nowhere just pops up serial killer Dexter Lumis, who just chloroformed Austin Theory and just sneaks away into the darkness again. And you know me, dude. I love some Dexter Lumis.
Yes. I wasn't on him in the beginning, but I am now.
I'm digging
Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell is the other girl.
Yes. Yeah. No, but going to
it. So he snuck up behind Austin Theory
and just
forward and took him off as they're walking in. Brilliant storytelling. Brilliant storytelling.
Like I don't know.
That's going to get him in the circuit with Austin Theory now. That's going to get him in the circuit towards the North American title now.
Exactly. Now we know the next, again, this show progressed storyline so well. We're going to know where they're going.
Yes.
All the way to, I feel like, Dexter Lumis is the next right choice to take on Johnny Gargano. Maybe not take the belt off of him.
Right.
Because going back to the current match,
it makes sense.
Johnny Gargano, I was actually a little bummed out that Kishida did not win.
I was too. I thought just the way the match was going.
Yeah.
That Kishida was gonna win it.
It just seemed the right way to have like the face kind of finally overcome this like arrogant heel. I mean, Johnny Gargano is amazing. They call him Johnny Takeover, Johnny Wrestling, and you see it because he plays a perfect heel and a perfect underdog face, and he
does it all.
You're all right rooting for him. Yep. But just the way Kishida went for the arm and all the in-air reversals those two pulled off.
It's crazy.
That match alone should be one of those that highlight. That's going to be the takeaway from this entire episode, JR, of this going, this match needs to be seen because the takeaway, and anyone who's not a fan is going to love it.
This is the match I would show to somebody, but I can say that for at least 3 of them.
Yeah.
At least 3, 4. All
the card, man. And it was perfect. It's 5. It's like under 2 hours, so it doesn't take. It's not like a WrestleMania. I'm doing how long?
5 matches.
7 hours.
Yeah.
Get a snack,
Right. And like the spot, this just wow. When he's crawling up the ramp and Kishida runs and kicks him in the arm.
Yeah.
Like just the story, just the going for the arm, the storytelling in all these matches. The storytelling in this Kishida and Gargano match and the Finn Balor and Pete Dunne match.
Yeah.
Those two might be my 2 favorites. Well, damn, no, man. That tag team match was
insane.
That tag team match was brilliant.
We're gonna get to it, man, because there's more points I want to make here. Just Kishida working the arm was
working that arm, baby.
Detriment.
Working that arm.
You know what I mean?
It was almost selling
mission win.
Yes. Yeah.
It was like, hey man, maybe you should go for like a 1, 2, 3, but it never quite got there. And then Johnny hit the one more beat to end the match outside the ring. And they already established in the previous tag team match, which I'm sorry, there's things I want to go back and cover that I've already forgotten because I'm just so excited about this entire card.
Excited, yo.
Like,
so excited.
Gonzalez's choke slam.
Oh.
That was the best choke slam I've seen in years.
That's a good choke slam. It was a good one.
But how they established how the walkway up to the ring, and I love it when the walkway meets the ring. There's something so cool about that.
Yeah.
Was like, it's the hardest part. It's made out of this. It's this metal. They're gonna knock themselves out. And so when Johnny hit the first one more beat, I believe that's what the move's called, onto Kishida outside of it, and then threw him in, it made sense, but it was weird because that set a precedent of 2 heels going over the first match and the second match.
Right.
So it kind of got me thinking.
So that just showed like the stories for the faces going up to the next title shots are going to be incredible.
Yeah.
The chase.
I meant more to the whole card.
Say what?
I meant more to the whole card of going, all right, is this a heel heavy night? Is this where the heels are going to go over? Will titles change because heels are going against face competitors?
Good point. Good point.
But I would say not really. Because it kind of became more face prevalent as the night went on.
As the night went on, the faces won the rest of the night pretty much.
Yeah. And no, man, I'm really excited about the Gargano match. And I'm really happy that he didn't have the way with him. There was no
It was
distraction.
just one-on-one.
Clean match.
One-on-one, just clean in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
Just
There
like
was
the thing.
not a lot of like cheating. It was full on just wrestling, grappling, submission moves, trying to reverse, trying to roll around.
But my thing, like,
I'm sorry, what was that, man?
the thing about, like you were saying about the outside of the ring spots and stuff, that's kind of what differentiates NXT with AEW for me. So like Johnny hit that spot on the outside of the ring, right?
Yeah.
Then he rolled him in to try to pin him, to hit his finisher again and then pin him.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't just a spot to do the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it all made sense. It built onto it. Everything built. Yep. And again, when you're watching two people who are brilliant at their craft of professional wrestling, or a musician, or if you're watching the great Tom Brady play his sport.
Yeah. It's different. It's just different.
It's so different when you're watching someone who's like the upper echelon and top of what their field is.
Yeah.
And that's what you were seeing with those two.
Yep. It was perfect.
I mean, I love Johnny Gargano, man. I was a huge DIY fan when they came together with Tommaso Ciampa. The stories they told as a tag team were perfect. And then when Tommaso went heel, was just perfect.
Those matches, yeah.
Like
I wasn't a huge Gargano fan in the beginning. You know that. I mean, I wasn't a huge.
You're a heel fan, though.
Exactly. I
mean, the moment he goes bad, it's
when he went bad, I loved him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean,
yeah, that's true. That's definitely.
But and now moving on, man. That tag team.
Awesome. Moving on, yes. Tag team match. Come on.
So first off, Grizzled Young Vets. I think they were like, that's just a great name.
Perfect.
I think that is like one of the greatest names.
Love that name.
Grizzled Young Vets. It just kind of gives you the connotation.
Grizzled Young Veterans. And they are some of the best shit talkers on the microphone.
It's almost unfortunate that FTR didn't get that name first.
Ooh,
that name fits almost FTR. I'm almost upset that FTR and Revival, or not, FTR and Grizzled Young Vets can't wrestle now.
I know that would have been beautiful.
Maybe at some point.
Maybe, but hey, we'll talk about that in a later show. So MSK, right? So they were the Rascals in Impact, right?
Yeah, there was a third member. I didn't watch a lot of Impact. I don't know them as the Rascals. I knew they existed, but I didn't know how great they were.
Right. I've only recently come into contact. Well, not in contact, but I've only recently figured them out just from watching Impact a little bit more. They are incredible.
They're insane.
Like the stuff that they do in the ring is just good. It's clean, athletic, fast.
They trade off. Like one, they have the brutal moves. One is they're both high flyers.
Right, but in a different way.
Yeah. Where I think Wes Lee, which I don't know how I feel about that name, where I think, is that dumb or really smart? I like it. Like, I feel like Wes Lee is the name of the lead character in some like early 2000s action movie going, what's your name? Wes Lee.
Hell yeah.
For wrestling, it works. Sure. Why not?
Right. No, they're impressive, bro.
Impressive. And then it's Carter something. What's the other?
Carter.
Nash Carter.
I'll find it out. Nash Carter. There you go.
Nash Carter.
Yeah.
Don't need to think. The brain will solve our problems for us.
Exactly. We don't need technology.
Don't say that. We need technology for this show.
I definitely need technology.
The show exists because of technology. It was just such a hard-hitting match, man. The Grizzled Young Vets, which are also high flyers.
Yeah.
And weird names. Can you look up their names real quick?
Yeah.
I don't know the names for the Grizzled Young Vets. I'm a bad wrestling fan on the
Yep, I got you. I don't either. But go ahead.
But I mean, just the fact that one didn't hit like a 360 flip off the top rope's impressive. Right. The fact that it's like a pop-up, it's almost like their move is like what FTR's finisher was, like the Shatter Machine in the old school, where like one lifts and the other kind of hits a code breaker.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And they also do the Doomsday, you know what I mean?
Love it. Man, the one they hit outside of the ring, that was an insane spot to us. Like, I can't believe someone took that spot.
Yeah.
But again, it was just a quick paced tag match where everyone was, dude, it was perfect.
Like, it was hard hitting and high flying all in the same. Like it was
and that's the thing that's been killing me with like one of the rough things for me with NXT is like their tag division is what I love so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like their tag division kind of like really went downhill over the last couple of years. Like around, I love the Undisputed Era, but when they were like 3-time tag champions, it was just like, all right, well, then you just don't have anyone to give it to. And that was the landscape.
Right.
Then Imperium had it for a while, and then they lost it to, I think, Breezango, which I like Breezango, but no thanks.
But come on, man. They don't need like come on.
After like the pinnacle that the NXT tag team belts had reached.
Yeah.
It just kind of hurt to see that like lowered to that degree. But now they're being held by, I honestly forgot who, because like, in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament, you get a trophy, your name's put on the trophy, and then you did a number 1 contender shot at the tag team titles.
Right.
I had to really rack my brain to figure out who the tag team champions were right now.
Wow, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Is it It's not Imperium.
It's not. It's Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan.
Damn, they still are the time.
Yeah.
See, like they're unfortunate they got them during the pandemic. You know what I mean? They got them during the pandemic, and nobody really cared about them in the beginning anyway.
And I still don't.
They haven't been pushed. They haven't. That's one thing NXT. They are messing that one up. They haven't really pushed them much.
Well, the problem is they're a part of Pat's Pack.
Yeah,
that's not a cool name.
Not a cool name at all.
I mean,
but the grizzled young veterans are James Drake and Zach Gibson.
Yeah, and Zach Gibson is the bald one who talks a lot of shit.
He is a great shit talker. He
like
said, "You can shove it right up your ass."
His little speech coming to the ring last night was top notch, man. But again, it's the right team won, dude. MSK went over, and that's how it's supposed to be. Because they pushed the story of like these guys were friends, they were competitors who realized they liked each other's style and became a tag team, and they went from being friends to family, and they just pushed that narrative, and they each had each other's backs so well.
And I want to give some credit to WWE production. Those video packages, they can just tell the story. They tell the story so well for us fans watching, because I didn't really. Not many people would know who MSK was unless they were a fan of, Impact or anything.
Over at Impact, yeah.
But I learned all about him from the video packages and the story that they told them.
Dude, I love it. That's half my favorite. Like the video packages for me are like the trailers when you go to the theater to see a movie. Of like, hey man, you're not really there for the wrestling, but the trailers and the video packages make the experience.
Exactly.
And like the experience is what you're there for, because those will also let you know if like, oh man, these two guys hate each other. They've been fighting for years.
They've been fighting for a long time.
Or it can tell you going, all right, man, this guy's an up and comer, man. This is his shot. Maybe this is the time.
Yep. Dude,
I'm excited for MSK.
The spot that Wesley does when he does the twisty, flippy thing.
That was insane.
What was that?
What about when he did the swanton over the ring post?
Over the ring post. Cleared it by 2 feet. Like he's got some athleticism that what is he about to do now? Oh, the backflip over wow. Beautiful.
Both of them, dude. He's about to actually hit the spin move on the highlight reel I'm watching.
That's crazy. Like I haven't seen some of this stuff before.
Like it's when they win the tag team titles. So, all right, I'm an AEW fan. And remember how I was saying that the most face-over tag team is Jurassic Express?
Mm-hmm.
I got to take that back, man. I got to walk back over my words, because I think off of just like their entire run in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament, I cannot wait for MSK to hoist those belts up.
And when they do, like, there's gonna be some fans around when they do, probably. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to happen instantly. It'll probably happen in a couple months.
I hope a takeover.
Maybe the next takeover.
Yeah.
So fans will be there. You know what I mean? That's going to be a nice little moment for sure.
Yeah. And again, it's always
this tag team match. It was incredible, man. There's nothing bad I could say about the whole night, but there's definitely nothing bad I could say about this tag match.
So I just hit a spot that I really dug, and it just kind of speaks to the timing of all four men in the ring. And it's Grizzled Young Vets are going for one of their tab maneuvers on MSK. Okay. And then Wesley comes in, shoves the Grizzled Young Vet with hair out of the way, grabs the legs of Nash Carter and then sets them down, and then they do the double super kick. And you're going, this is what I like out of tag team wrestling. Not when you can do double maneuvers, but when you know how to function and help one another.
Yeah,
that's like that's the go-to. It's not that we're too tough.
That's why you're in a tag team.
Yeah, it's that we have each other's back. Like the Grizzled Young Vets, know how they get the vet part of their name? It's because when they tag out, the other one holds the guy into the ring, into the post. Going, you ready to run at him? Cool. I'm going to get out of the ring. Hit him.
Yep.
It's that in-ring psychology of going, we're a team, we're a tandem, we're here to win this together. And you just saw that.
It's all about
from both teams.
Both of them. That's crazy, man. That was a perfect tag team match. It really was.
The match that won me back into NXT, dude.
Good.
Like, I mean, I'm not floundering, man. I loved everything. But
you're a wrestling fan, so it's not like you're saying you just love AEW and nothing else.
And this and that.
That's not what you're saying.
I'm such a wrestling fan that when you watch something that you loved and you're kind of seeing it go through a dip, when you see it start rising back up, it's great.
Yeah,
it's actually great. Just where we are watching NXT rise back up, man.
Right.
Because you know what happened right after the Tad match?
Oh,
NXT went straight to the moon, baby.
My boy.
That Cameron Grimes music.
That damn Cameron Grimes video. Come on, man.
I mean, that was hilarious.
Hilarious, yo. I mean,
so we went from professional wrestling to sports entertainment.
100%.
Perfectly.
100%. Perfectly. Seamlessly. It was
and it was a way to really get a breather. I mean, this show was almost too good of like, how do you cheer so much? You're going to like the audience itself will just get exhausted.
It's going to get exhausted. Have to come down
3 great matches in a row.
Ugh.
And so now, and then we're going into the women's match, which is great as well. So it's like, you could be exhausted because, oh man, I just cheer so much here. I need to cheer here. But then they give you this beautiful beat to just laugh at Cameron Grimes.
Wow.
Carolina Kid,
baby.
Cameron Grimes, please come on, effing wrestling.
We
North
love
Carolina wrestlers are respected so much on this show.
100%.
Then,
but yeah,
so that just and I love what they're doing with this character. I love it because they're
perfect. It's a good transition. It makes sense. It's real life. It's a realistic story.
Yeah, it's pulling off this idea of like everyone became like this GameStop millionaire. Everyone was trying to invest in this, and it's so good to take that angle. He's not the character you would think would go, oh, he's the Ted DiBiase millionaire. Like,
right. Yeah, no, he's not that.
And now the best thing is when he loses it all. Because that's inevitably going to happen. That's wrestling, man. You need that full. He's a heel. He's riding high. Now he's going to lose. I think it'd be really cool if he just starts paying other wrestlers to do his matches for him.
Oh, that'd be the shit. Where he comes kind of manager, like he doesn't even fucking wrestle.
Yeah, like he just becomes Ted DiBiase.
Just Ted DiBiase, yeah. That'd be the shit.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be hilarious.
That you know what? That would go straight to the moon, baby.
There it is. I'm down with that. So next, a triple threat match.
Yeah, for the NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Io Shirai, Toni Storm, and
Mercedes Martinez.
Mercedes Martinez. Thank you for saying that once, because I get tongue twisted on the double M's.
I do too.
It was
those women put on a hell of a match.
They did.
Hell of a match.
I mean, right now it's striking, and they knew how to tell it. Where triple threat matches can get tiresome, because you have to figure out how to make it one-on-one matches convincingly, and I thought they did that very well. Yeah. But and you gotta do that to Mercedes, man. She's a threat. Her and Raquel Gonzalez, I can't wait to see them go to
It's gonna be incredible.
Hard-hitting match.
Yeah, and Mercedes Martinez, she's been around for a while, apparently, like on the indie scene and Ring of Honor, Impact, and all that stuff, I believe. So,
and you know what I mean? How you know she's really good? They saved her from Retribution.
Yes.
So you know she's an investment.
Congratulations, Mia Yim, on your engagement to Keith Lee.
Yeah.
Congratulations, but damn. Your wrestling, that sucks that they're fucking messing up your wrestling career. That stinks. But anyway,
they'll never shake.
No,
ever
for sure. But yeah, so the match incredible, hard hitting.
Man. Well, Toni Storm's been fantastic since she showed up. So she was I can't remember if she was the inaugural or the second NXT Women's Champion. But she held that belt for quite some time. No, Rhea Ripley was the first one. She was the second one, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony won it off of
Yeah,
Rhea.
Rhea.
Yeah.
Because that's a great rivalry always.
That's a great rivalry in itself, and that's going to be a rivalry for where Rhea moved up, but Tony Storm will eventually be on the main roster, I'm sure.
Or maybe in a perfect world, Rhea will just move back down like Finn did, and we can just have a perfect NXT.
I'd be fine with that. I'd be totally fine with that.
Maybe NXT can stand for never exit this.
Hey, I wouldn't. If I was
for something different than
if I was them, I wouldn't.
Yeah. I would happily stay in NXT if I was a wrestler. It just seems fun.
Yeah. You seem fun. You get work. You get talent. You get good wrestling matches. It's good stuff.
You don't have Vince McMahon there ruining your career.
Right.
That has to help. I just hit the spot where Mercedes, she did the trio woe suplex to Tony and then got stuck there, and Io Shirai took advantage. So Io Shirai might be one of my. The NXT women's title has had a lot of great people hold it.
Yeah.
It's hard to say who's your favorite because Io Shirai's had a great run with it. When she won it at In Your House from Charlotte in that threat match.
Yeah.
That was insane. But she does that really good thing where she jumps off a lot of high stuff and hits that body splash better than anybody.
Good.
It's so funny, man. You can hit a simple top rope maneuver. Like it's just a body splash, but just the spread she gets on her whole body just makes it look.
Perfect. It looks good.
It just looks more menacing than you think it would.
Yeah, she's had a hell of a reign, man. She deserved to go over. You know what I mean? She deserved to win. It made sense.
I don't think
everybody else. She went over. Everybody else got over. You know what I mean?
I mean, you said it earlier, man. I'd like to see Dakota Kai finally win it.
She deserves it. She's going to. She deserves the title, but you know what I mean. She doesn't even have to. She'll have a great reign just because she'll be a heel.
Yeah,
I mean, it'd be fun.
Like I either want her or Candice LeRae to win it.
Candice LeRae is another one. She's another one that.
Those are my two picks that need to lead to win the title. They're both heels. They both have strong muscle females backing them to
right.
if you want a swervy finish where there's a cheat, you have that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also both capable wrestlers where if you want a legit win against Io Shirai, you can have that as well.
Right. And from what they say and everything, Candice is the locker room leader for the women locker room leader and stuff and everything. So she paid her dues, man. She's come a long way also.
She's been on the indie circuit for a long time, man. I called a match between her, John, and it was intergender. It was her and Johnny versus the Young Bucks.
Wow.
And it was just top notch, man. She took the super kit from both the Bucks, and it was insane, man. Candice LeRae is no joke. The entire women's roster, you can't talk shit about it, man.
Yeah, the women,
WWE and NXT have the richest women's roster of wrestling.
Yeah, for sure. Even over the main Raw.
Yeah, they give care to everyone has a story.
Yeah.
Everyone has a plot line. That's all I ask for.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. So Io Shirai went over in the triple threat match.
Yeah,
so
man,
now
she's standing tall right now with the belt, just looking all insane and great.
So now this damn Finn Balor and Pete Dunne match. Come on, man.
Talk about a perfect.
I don't know. It was perfect. There was nothing. Zero wrong from everything. The entrances, the refereeing, the physicality, the psychology, everything. There's
just
nothing.
Show people this match. If they think wrestling is stupid, if they say wrestling is fake, if they
say wrestling is
fake,
this.
Any of that stuff, show them Pete Dunne versus Finn Balor. Yes, wrestling is predetermined.
Right.
But when you watch this had that. Is wrestling real?
I'm like,
I didn't phrase that right.
Are your fingers broke? Is this breaking his fingers?
Am I watching a fight right now?
Do they really not like each other?
It had, when they in MMA or boxing or something that says, this is a big fight feel, or this is this just had that man, in the world of boxing when there's heavyweight matches everyone talks about, in the world of MMA when they talk about Conor McGregor, that's what this felt like, man. Pete Dunne versus Finn Balor just had this aura.
Right.
From the moment it was announced, this was the match. I went, this is going to
it goes back a while because they're both from the UK.
Yeah, one's
Pete Dunne's younger. Pete Dunne's like 10 years younger.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And
so
one's British and one's Irish.
Right. So there you go.
I mean, that just goes all the way back for some stuff for some grudges.
So they're gonna be they don't like each other.
And Pete Dunne's never been NXT champion.
No, he hadn't.
He's been the NXT UK champion. I think.
Yeah.
I think Walter's reign is longer now, but Pete had a long run with that belt.
Over 608. I think Pete had it 685. And
I think Walter's coming up.
Walter's beating that now. Yeah.
That's
impressive.
It's impressive, man. But it's two guys who are just great grapplers. I mean, Finn is all around a perfect wrestler. Like if you could design your like main star, it would be Finn Balor.
Right.
I mean, he's good on the mic. He's great. He's a great high flyer. He's a perfect brawler. He's a good submissions wrestler. He's just an all around star. How they dropped the ball. How they didn't. How I know he got injured right after winning the Universal title for the first time.
Yeah.
How they didn't bring him back and not trust him to go become the star he's always meant to be is so foolish.
Right.
Look, he goes back to NXT and look what he's doing. He's immediately back to being the top draw. He is the
top guy in NXT, but easily.
I mean, I know, dude. We both love Tommaso Ciampa, and we both love Adam Cole, and we love a lot of people who have held that belt.
Yeah.
But when the NXT World Title is on the line, Finn Balor is the face I see with that belt.
Right. For sure, 100%. And so, like, so Finn goes over. Finn wins. Finn wins the match, deservingly so. Great match. It was a good 30 minutes. Almost 30-minute match. Good, hard hitting.
It was like 25, 26
30
minutes.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Which is a hard hitting, man. And like they would just do this thing where Pete Dunne has that ability. Like he mainly just works joints and areas. So when he's like
joint manipulator, like joint,
you don't really see that. It's a British style, you know. It's a hard hitting, more bruiser. He's the bruiserweight, cruiserweight.
Exactly.
And you just watch him just snap it, and it becomes one of those storytelling things of Finn would be able to get the submission on it, but he puts his fingers in the way of Pete Dunne, so Pete can just work his way and just twist them and manipulate them in a way that would just break the submission move, and it would make Finn have to like counter that.
Have to counter the counters to the grapples and everything.
The chain wrestling,
incredible. The chain wrestling was chef kiss. Like all my old school wrestling fans, like myself, all my old school NWA, WCW wrestling fans, late 80s, early 90s wrestling fans. This match is for you.
Yeah.
This match is beautiful.
You pointed out to me, man.
They never left the ring. They never left the ring.
They did it all in there. And this when they would grapple and like Finn would get the upper hand and slam him down in some hit.
Yeah.
Pete would have his fingers and like Finn could not. I mean, it was like even when he was knocked out, couldn't get it. And then when Pete locked in the submission move and literally had Finn passed out. And that was I thought that was it. I thought we were going to see like,
thought it was over.
Whoa, we don't see Finn just pass out from this move, but he wouldn't, he's not waking up. Mm-hmm. And then you just did that great character beat out of Pete Dunne when he just goes and runs over and starts kicking him.
Yeah.
And then you have Finn who broke his jaw not too long ago on his first match with Kyle O'Reilly.
Pete was going for that jaw.
And they sold it so well. And even just that bit where you would see Finn would get angry going, I thought this was a gentleman's match, man. What are you doing punching me in my jaw?
Right. Just like the beginning when Pete took over after Finn had control a little bit with the headlocks.
Yeah.
Pete finally got control with the leg, had him in that leg. It's happening right now. Had him in like the leg, head, scissors, triangle move or whatever.
Yeah.
He kept getting him into that. Like that story, man, the psychology and storytelling. Fizz reversed to the headlock. Pete reversed it to the chin, to the leg headlock. And then they're so good. They're such great wrestlers that they're able to reverse each other's reversals. Yeah.
Like you would see Finn go for a reversal, but before he could even go for the reversal, you would have Pete grab his arm to go for another reversal.
It's incredible, man.
It's so quick. It's just pure grappling, man.
I think now I think I can say this is my match of the night. This is my match of the night.
I think that's the best thing about the show, though, of just going. It's the show of the night. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, just watch this. You'll be entertained. You'll be entertained from every point of view.
This might be my favorite pay-per-view. Well, obviously of the year.
So far, yeah.
So far, for sure. It might. Whew.
When we get to the end of the year, I mean,
this one is going to stand up.
Yeah, match of the year, like easily an early match of the year contender was Pete Dunne.
Oh yeah, 100%. They had at least three. They had at least 3 matches of the year.
Yeah, this is the one I would nominate. The main event's the one I would like send up there. When Pete has him stretched out and just starts raking his elbow into the side. I mean,
come on, man.
Just knows how to make the pain happen.
Come on.
Like, and when Finn lots in the STO or the OTF, the
OTF.
It's the submission move that John Cena did, but we work in the news, man. That just rolls off the tongue.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
All right, so but when he locks in there, but he has to have his fingers right in front of Pete. He does and he just grabs and starts snapping the fingers.
It's incredible.
And again, man, but Finn found a way to go. I like the fact that the coup de grace did not win the match. Because this was not a high-flying match, you know what I mean? It needed to be more ground. I think he won with like I forget what he called it, the 1917
1916.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Which is a cool-looking brain buster.
It is. I like it. It's a different. I like it. I like it a lot, for sure.
Man, this was just such a
match was so good, man. But then at the end of the match, what happens?
So I'm gonna go back. So
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. You have Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch run out, who are the tag team champions, and in a group with Pete Dunne, they start beating the shit out of. Before we get there, man. So when Finn finally did beat him, and he took out the mouthpiece, the teeth.
Oh yeah, he took them out.
That double.
Yes.
Not I don't want to say clothesline, but as it was a drop kick. That double drop kick to his face, and then the 1916.
Yeah.
For the 1, 2, 3. That was just the viciousness, because you would just see Finn knew to sell the hands. My fingers are broken. I can't manipulate anything. Everything and he sold it with all of his headlocks and everything. Like, I can't grapple. I can just kind of hold you. That just plays into that perfect in-ring psychology.
Pointing at him like that. Great.
So, but as we were going, so Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan run in, tag team champions, group with Pete Dunne. They are beating the shit out of Finn. They're picking his bones, man. They're pretty much doing the hyenas from Lion King. And so then the Undisputed Era run out.
There runs them off.
And it's that weird thing where we haven't really known where Undisputed Era has been, man. They're hardcore heels when they started, and then heels for the first 2 years. And now they're starting to have this weird, we're not the worst heels here, so are we faces now?
Right.
What's the story? And then after Kyle O'Reilly's 2 matches for the world title against Finn, where's he stand?
Well, mutual respect. They got a little mutual respect going there now with Finn and Kyle.
Yeah, and that was the beautiful thing, man, where you had Adam Cole and Roderick Strong run off everybody while Kyle O'Reilly just saw to Finn of going, hey, man, we're here to help. Respect. I respect you. We're here to help. Yep. Do you want to join, not like join the Undisputed Era, but just kind of like, but then you had Adam Cole stay the way Adam Cole, baby, needs to. A villain.
This fan starting to lift the finger up.
Yeah. And just the best super kick since Shawn Michaels.
It's beautiful. It's a good one.
A beautiful super kick,
and
man.
Then they start arguing in the ring, and then Adam Cole super kick Kyle O'Reilly.
You can almost read Kyle O'Reilly's lips of, what are you doing, man? I gave my word.
Yeah.
I gave my word to this guy. We weren't here to do this. You just, what was that? And then just super kicks him, which just keeps the story progressing.
Keeps it going. And then Adam leaves the ring.
Yeah.
And then Roger Strong left with a decision. He's left with a decision to make.
So we're getting a tag team match.
Yeah. So Roger goes with Adam.
And then probably I imagine Adam Cole versus Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
Adam Cole versus Kyle first, probably.
Because I'm thinking about this. What if it's all a swerve for Kyle O'Reilly just to turn on Finn? I could see that. Where it's just like, hey, Finn, it's me and you. It's me and you. No,
it's an ultimate swerve?
Yeah.
Where it's Adam and Finn turning on Kyle. And they go back to the Bullet Club.
Or
that would be too good. That would be that's
and then WWE comes in and everyone's so it's like, because I would even think more like this, because that'd be great. Tune in next week at Future Conversations.
Yes.
To JR, to Future Conversations.
To Future Conversations. My drink's gone, but go whoop that.
I have a sip.
So yeah, so Thursday. So basically Thursday show.
No. We don't need to give it away. But Thursday show. Tune in Thursday or else.
Right.
So you have this great everything built from this show, man.
Everything.
Like we
so
have
many the stories progress.
Pete Dunne deserves a rematch. Adam Cole most likely is going to get a match with Finn Balor for the world title. You have Kyle O'Reilly who's being
Undisputed Era is breaking up.
Is breaking up. Dexter Lumis is going for After the Way. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez could possibly go for the women's tag team titles at WrestleMania against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
Right.
SK is going to go against Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch sometimes. Like, there's so many ways that we're going. I mean, who's going to step up for Io Shirai's belt, man? Like we mentioned, there's Dakota Kai, there's Candice LeRae. There's so many directions that NXT can go for, and it's all in ways that just remind me of what got me into NXT in the first place. And I'm giddy. I'm back to that old fan of NXT, and I can't wait to tune in and just see the fallout, see the builds.
There's nothing else. I don't think there's nothing else that we could say to give this show any more credit.
Then just watch it.
It was the perfect show. Just watch the show. If you have friends that are maybe on the ropes about wrestling or whatever, watch this show.
Yeah, just put it on.
Show them this show. Let it go.
If they don't like the whole show, they will find a match they like.
100%.
They will find something about it that gets them into it, like the high flying nature of the tag team match, the grappling of the main event, the speed and submission skills of the North American title, just the sheer great ability put on by all the women in this just should stop any naysayers to the power and prowess of female wrestling. It was a great takeover. It was one of the best they've had in a long time.
For sure.
Few more things, man, I want to mention. It's like, because this was also, I wanted to mention this during the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament. This was also the first time in like 2 years that a non-thrown together team has won it.
Ooh, good point.
Because last year it was the Broserweights, Dunn and Matt Riddle, which, and me, I don't really like throwing together tag teams, and they beat the Grizzled Young Vets, which sucks. And then the year before that, it was Ricochet and Aleister Black, another thrown together tag team, which just isn't my thing, man.
Right.
So they actually have a tag team that has a tag team name, and that's important, damn it.
Yep, they come out together.
They have a tag team name, they function. It's not just two people who are, hey, we're great solos, so of course we'd be great thrown together. I mean,
like, hey, we wrestled against each other. I respect you. Let's team up.
I mean, I did like that. Because I honestly thought that Tommaso Ciampa.
Although, that tag team was, they fit. They
fit, but it was a thrown the other thing. But I did think it was a thrown the other thing to reach the end.
Right.
And something else I want to mention from the pre-show that we didn't talk about.
I didn't see the pre-show.
So this isn't a match though. You saw this. It's because Eli Drake. Eli Drake has signed with NXT and has the dumbest name I've heard in L.A. Knight.
Like, come on.
He's Eli Drake. He has a storied He's been in WWE. He has a storied he hasn't. He has a storied history to Impact. He was just on NWA Power. He's Eli Drake.
Unless there's some legal reason why he couldn't use Eli Drake or whatever. Okay, but to go with LA Knight, like, come on, man.
I mean, and if you don't capitalize that A, he's Le Knight.
Le Knight. And it's not even Knight like Michael Knight from Knight Rider was Knight with a K, like the Knights in Shining Armor type deal.
It's not even that.
No, it's like Knight.
Can I tell you something? When he said it, I thought he was going, yeah, man, because they're in LA and it's nighttime.
Yeah. No.
That's literally what my thought was. I went, all right, cool. What's your name though, man?
Who are you again?
Oh, that was it.
That is your name. Ugh. Come on, man.
I mean, and what is the deal? I mean,
so you know what? LA Knight. What do you want to say to LA Knight, Chase?
I don't want to just say this to LA Knight. I want to say it to changing wrestlers' names who are established.
Okay.
But we'll stick with LA Knight. LA Knight is the dumbest name I've ever heard. And matter of fact, it's not. It's just a statement. It's, hey, LA Knight. What is it right now? It's night in LA. It's the dumbest thing I've heard, and it can get the F out of my head.
Get out of here.
That was pretty good.
Crazy. That felt good.
Felt good.
That was perfect.
It's therapeutic, man. You kind of like it breaks the.
That's why I do it. You know,
I think everyone should do it. Hey, everybody, say one thing you just wanted to get the F out of your wrestling, and it'll make you
send it to us. Send it to us. So email us fnwrestling.com, fnwrestling@gmail.com.
Yes, let us know what you want to get the F out of your wrestling.
Exactly, and we'll talk about it for sure.
Absolutely, absolument.
So tune in Thursday. We're gonna have another show. We'll tune in. We'll probably have it posted Thursday night, maybe Friday night.
Figure it out.
It's gonna be a good show. We're gonna talk about this. What are we gonna talk about, Chase? I'll let you tease it. Go ahead. Because this is
we're not talking about the forbidden door of professional wrestling finally being open. New Japan.
It hadn't been open. It's been knocked the F down.
Damn door. It's off its frames, man.
Right. Yeah.
We got New Japan wrestlers and Impact.
Save it. But that's what the next episode is going to be about, folks.
This is the MCU moment of professional wrestling that we're living through, and it's awesome.
It's for the old school wrestling fans. It's almost the territorial days again.
Territory days.
It's perfect. It's beautiful.
Back, baby.
Tune in for the next show. We'll get that out to you, everybody, soon. Chase, it's been a pleasure, man.
JR, it's always fun, good sir.
Always, man. I'm JR. That's Chase. This is FN Wrestling. Tune in next time. Peace.
Later.